It's game night in the den.
Be gentle with me.
There's plenty of booty up for grabs.
Oh, good at these!
There are toys,
That's pretty good.
treats,
Cheese crisp porn going on over here.
and top entertainers
Have you ever considered being a Robbie Williams impersonator?
that will leave the dragons grinning from ear to ear.
You have a beautiful smile already.
But not everyone is willing to roll the dice.
I'm just never going to invest simply because I'm just not interested.
When the dreams are big,
We think that this could really actually be a cultural movement.
but the stakes are small.
There's no way I'm going to get out of bed for 2%. Ridiculous.
It's dog eat dog,
What would you say about him?
He's a pain in the arse.
I was actually going to team up with Touker until he tried to steal your firstborn there.
and winner takes all.
See you later, losers.
Welcome to Dragon's Den, where anxious entrepreneurs must deliver the elevator pitch of a lifetime. Succeed, and cash, contacts, and credibility await. Fail, and leave with nothing. First to face the dragons are siblings Chris and Mike Nell.
Good luck.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when it comes to business, they like to keep it in the family.
Working with your brothers is better for us than working with people who maybe wouldn't understand us as much as we do each other.
The brothers are hoping to set pulses racing in the den with their game-based business.
Ahoy, dragons.
Oh, I hope we get to have a go.
For the Dragons, we've got a small snapshot of one of the games that's involved.
I do think we'll get to have a go, and I think what they'll want is we put Peter in the cannon, fire him at the wall.
Oh, I'm in.
That's a bit harsh.
Hopefully we've made it easy enough.
They're surely smart enough, right?
Yeah, they should be.
Hi, I'm Chris, and this is Mike, my brother and business partner of Escape Kent Limited. Today we are looking for a £100,000 investment in return for a 5% share of our immersive escape room company.
In our first full year, we made a turnover of £334,000. Since then, the figures have improved year on year, and that's despite the current coronavirus pandemic. We've now begun developing our latest format of escape game, which will allow us to cater for over double the number of customers with just 1/3 of the staff.
Our plan is to further develop this new, improved escape game format that we will be branding as Timescape Adventures. Your investment will support the franchise of this concept, which will result in us becoming a well-known global brand. We'd like to invite two of you to come and play one of our bespoke pirate-themed games.
Oh, I'm totally
definitely
doing
in.
that. I'm in.
Didn't waste any time there.
Themed escape rooms with the potential to be rolled out worldwide are the offering from Chris and Mike Nell.
You'll notice you've got a cannonball in the top of the sail there.
Your mission is to get that cannonball from the top of the crow's nest, work your way through the labyrinth maze and out at this end here.
The entrepreneurs are seeking £100,000 in exchange for 5% of their business.
But
Come
what's
on, Sarah.
What's the actual way out?
That's it, that's it.
Come on.
You got it. Hold.
Right, we're out.
The dragons seem on board with the immersive experience,
Be gentle with me. Yes.
even if catching the tide doesn't appear high on their agenda.
God, you guys are taking a long time, aren't you?
Okay, bartlett, shut it.
Oh, we're nearly there.
Yes!
Yes!
Oh,
And there's your treasure.
hello.
The treasure.
Ah.
See you later, losers.
Why, I'm me hearties.
Sarah Davies helps herself to some pieces of 8,
How good are these?
but will she be interested in pocketing a piece of Chris and Mike's company?
That's awesome, guys. I'm sure you already know I absolutely love escape rooms. And that was different to anything else I've played in an escape room before.
We try to make our games a little bit more skill-based, a bit more hands-on.
Oh, I loved it. So, just give me a little bit more flavour on those figures. So your first full year, you did 334.
Yes.
What's the years look like since then?
The following year, we we turned over 479,000 and a net profit of 30,000. The year after that was the COVID year, so we had 2 months closed. We made 483,000 turnover on that year and 15,000 on the net. Last year, where it's been COVID, the net profit is higher at 93 because we had a coronavirus loan of £70,000.
And to talk me through how the new escape room concept is going to work.
Essentially, with an escape room, you have one space and you'll have a collection of puzzles. A group will go in there, they're in there for an hour, no one else can use that space. What we've done is we've stripped the puzzles out into individual rooms. With our format, we can actually get 4 groups in every hour as a minimum. Potentially with some tweaking, we could make that up to 6.
A clear strategy for maximising revenue without impacting on the customer experience always goes down well in the den. Now, Deborah Meaden wants to discover more about the brothers' plans for rolling out their business.
As a franchisee, what are you going to charge me?
So for each unit, it's going to be £200,000 for the setup, and it'll be £2,000 a month for a franchise fee.
So according to the numbers that you've set out, it would take them about 10 years to get their money back. Because you've done about 20k net profit a year.
No, because the money has gone into us expanding. They wouldn't need to spend the money expanding and the 200,000.
First question I'm asking as a franchisee is prove to me that I will get my money back quickly. Show me.
I agree with you about proving the point, and that is why we are building our own, so that we can actually show it in action and we can show a good profit. And I'm confident, and I know we will show a good profit from that.
That is hypothetical because there's no business you've got where you can say, here was our first location and we've generated 100,000 in net profit.
One thing I want to ask you straight away is why franchise? And the reason why I ask that is because there are not many successful franchises out there. If you start to open up a franchise now in its infancy, you'll get different types of a level of service. You're not established as a Timescape brand. And some others will see this and say, do you know what, I'll go and create Viking Escape. I'll do something similar, but different, but own it all. I'll do it myself.
It takes a lot to run a 9-game setup.
Yeah.
There's very few people out there that we know of that have the years of experience. And that's why we're extremely confident about the future plans that we've put in place.
Despite Dragon doubts, the entrepreneurs are standing firm on their plans for franchising. But Deborah Meaden has past experience which suggests that Chris and Mike could face an uncertain future.
You might or might not know, but I spent all of my working career in the leisure industry. My company had those paintball zones, greatest rage, but they actually went out pretty quickly. So where would you describe you are at the moment in terms of escape games on its journeys? Because it's certainly a little way down the track.
We see it going on for years and years, especially with the last year and a half, where people have been stuck indoors. Everyone's going to be wanting to get out and about.
That's not quite the answer. So that is true of every single craze that I've ever seen. But all of these things have a lifespan. It worries me you can't describe that.
Honestly, I don't know at this stage when it's going to drop, and I don't think it will.
It will.
Can I challenge that as well?
It will.
In the last 5 years, things like bowling alleys and flight club and the crazy golf formats have seen this huge spike. And one of the key factors is they are incredibly Instagrammable. Yeah. I found out about Flight Club because I saw it on 10 people's Instagram when it came to Manchester. And then there's even the axe throwing thing that's now emerged. It's almost like these are trends because it's super Instagrammable. And this is not.
The same could be said about an escape room, really.
But it's not, though, is it? It's been around forever.
Do you know what, though, guys, as well? Everything's about Instagram with him. Is this Instagrammable? Is it great for the gram?
The world we live in.
I think escape rooms is naff all to do with Instagram. It's just about having a lovely afternoon out. And I don't want to go somewhere so that I can take a picture and put it on Instagram.
But I've been doing this
I appreciate
for
what the
15
millennials
years.
do.
Stephen, how many have you played?
Sorry? Probably about 30. And it's just not exciting anymore. I want to invest in formats of the future, and I don't believe that is. So for that reason, I'm out.
Chris and Mike have lost their first dragon. As social media mogul Stephen Bartlett declares his intention to set trends rather than follow them. Will their escape room style concept spark greater enthusiasm elsewhere in the den?
I've never been to one. And as a dragon, it's going to excite me. You know?
How can this not excite you?
absolutely.
Come on, I'm going to take you to one.
It's going to excite me in business. You know, and I'm being very honest. I think you're very credible, but for this one, I'm going to escape. Invested. So, guys, I wish you all the best. On this one, I'm out.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, thank you.
So, guys, I really think you should rethink the franchise model. This is a considered franchise. This isn't something where you pay £20,000 up front and then buy product. You know, these people have got £500,000 in the bank because they're going to need £200,000 for your setup. They're going to have the working capital. These are grown-up business people who are doing this. Having worked in the leisure industry, I see the people who you're talking about. They can put this stuff together. You know, they will think they can do it as well as you can do it. He disagrees, but I know these people.
Okay.
They're smart, they're savvy, they are on to the latest and greatest. And I can just see if this has got legs on it, then I can name you the families that will be doing it.
That name will be us. It will be doing it.
I hope so, Chris, I hope so. I have a fear that it won't be. So I won't be investing. I'm out.
Chris and Mike are in danger of sinking as a leisure industry savvy Deborah Meaden becomes a third dragon to bail out on a deal. Sarah Davies profited from the pirate puzzle, but has she heard enough to convince her that this enterprise could be an ongoing source of booty?
Right, guys. I like the escape room. I believe, possibly a little bit more than some of the other dragons here, in the future of that concept. And I believe that you have the skills to build and run really effective escape rooms. I don't believe you've got the business acumen to be able to roll out a franchise model. That's where I think you need some help. So on that basis, I would like to make you an offer. So I will offer you all of the money, 100,000, but in return for that, I would be looking for 25% of the business.
An offer for Chris and Mike. All of the money, albeit in exchange for 5 times more equity than the pair were looking to give away. Peter Jones wasn't buying into the brothers' scheme to scale up. Is he prepared to buy into their business?
I think you know I instantly and vehemently completely disagree with your strategy over franchise. And I can see, looking at you, Mike, you're hearing that, your face, it's kind of...
Just trying to process everything.
Yeah, because for me, my strategy would be to open up as many as you can on your own and potentially even sell those individual franchises off after you've proven, you've put the staff in, it's under control, you've shown profits, and then people are willing to then invest their hard-earned cash in a sustainable business model. And that's when I think you'll get a decent return. Okay. So if we're agreed that that is the strategy, then I too will make you an offer. Otherwise, it's not going to work between us.
The reason we're here is because the expertise that you guys can bring. So if you're going to tell us this is the best strategy, then we would definitely take that on board.
Okay, so I'm going to make you an offer. I'm going to offer you all of the money, but I too am going to ask for 25%. And I'd also be willing to share it with Sarah because I think we knocked the game out of the park when we played it.
We were good, Peter.
And we're good.
I'd be up for that.
Thank you.
Well, we've built our own wall, so we can...
You can go and stand beside your own wall, see if it talks more sense than our wall.
Lovely, thank you.
Sarah Davies and Peter Jones have each offered £100,000 in exchange for 25% of the company.
What is 25%? I feel like this is 400,000.
But the pair are also willing to divide the spoils equally between them.
Are you happy with going?
Very they said. Yeah, well, they know what they're talking about. Yeah.
Decision time for Chris and Mike.
Thanks for your offers, guys. Really, really do appreciate them. We do want both dragons on board, and we're hoping that if we could make your money back within 2 years, you drop down to 10% from there each.
I'd be happy with that if Sarah is.
Would you take that as well, Sarah?
I'd do that, guys.
It's a deal.
Thank you very much. God.
Great.
Well done, guys.
Well done,
Thank
guys.
you.
Victory for the entrepreneurs,
I'm going to come and play.
Please do make sure you Instagram it.
who set sail in a new direction with the £100,000 they were seeking, and 2 captains of commerce as part of their crew.
You smashed it.
Did I?
Yeah, you were well good. It hasn't completely sunk in yet. It's been extremely surreal.
It's tough, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's definitely a life-changing experience, and I'm buzzing, so I'm a bit all over the place.
We were a good team on the room. We'll be a good team in business.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Next up is London-based Natalie Quayle, who's gone from being a high flyer to an entrepreneurial trier, which she believes has equipped her for dealing with the dragons.
In my previous career as an international tax lawyer, I had to present to hundreds of investment bankers. So going into a boardroom is not something that is entirely new to me.
Sonic Smile.
It might be a teeth whitening product like I use.
Oh, look.
Peter's pride in his pearly whites is nothing compared to Natalie's pride in her successes so far.
I was told that I would never get into law, yet I made that happen. I was told this business would never succeed, but I think our product is the best on the market. Dragons. My name is Natalie Quayle, and I'm the CEO and founder of Smile Time, a rapidly growing online retailer of easy-to-use at-home oral cosmetics that has generated over £1 million in sales in the last 12 months. These range from our bestseller peroxide-free teeth whitening kit to our natural alternatives, such as our charcoal kit and our bamboo toothbrushes. For me, feeling confident about my smile was a gateway to feeling confident in other areas of my life. However, when I was an international tax lawyer, I literally had no time to go to the dentist. And I tried online options, but they either didn't work or caused sensitivity. This is when I realized there was a gap for smile care solutions that are convenient and, most importantly, customer first. We are pitching for £50,000 in exchange for a 2% stake in our business.
A range of oral cosmetic products and toothbrushes is the proposition from Natalie Quayle.
So our teeth whitening pen that you're holding is perfect for just before a selfie.
She's offering up a bite-sized 2% of her business in return for £50,000.
How do they look?
They look good.
Yeah? What about now?
Even better.
Stephen Bartlett might be all set for a selfie, but it's Deborah Meaden who takes the spotlight with the first round of questions.
So this is very much a cosmetic.
Yes.
This is not a dentistry product.
Exactly. These products are to use like any cosmetic or grooming product. They're not going to provide you with the same results as if you go to the dentist, but equally the price point is 8 times cheaper. Our teeth whitening kit retails at £39.99 compared to if you went to the dentist, it would cost £300 all the way to £1,000.
Okay. Are you making any money?
We are making money.
Go on then, tell me.
So we generated $846,000 in 2021 with a net profit of $82,000.
Okay, and your run rate this year?
Is currently 1.7 million based on the last few months.
I kind of knew you'd have your numbers right, having been an international tax lawyer. I was thinking, this is not an area I'm going to catch you out on.
But also, to have built £1 million business in such a short period of time is outstanding. I mean, seriously outstanding.
Natalie's impressive numbers have piqued the interest of the dragons, and the teeth whitening entrepreneur gets off to a bright start. But Peter Jones has been perusing the products and he wants to know how charcoal powder made it into his box.
How does that work to make your teeth white?
The charcoal powder, it's absorbing the toxins on the surface layer of your teeth, which allows it to effectively rub away plaque.
It looks like brushing my teeth with volcano ash.
A lot of people love to do like a selfie with it, like on Instagram.
Listen, I'm all into
Do it for the gram, Peter. Do it for the gram.
I'm all into the grab.
But you have a beautiful smile already, Peter.
Oh, thank you so much. Good time to say that.
Okay.
Can we know more about the electric toothbrush?
So the electric toothbrush is £69.99.
What is the speed?
The speed is 40,000 oscillating moments a minute. Yeah, 40,000.
So I'm in the oral business.
I'm aware.
So I have a traveling toothbrush that does 31,000 revs.
So ours is better.
How many times better is your toothbrush than Touker's?
I'd say 8 times.
Yours is better, but it costs a lot more. Costs about 8 times more.
Yes.
We're not doing whitening at the moment.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of players doing this. A lot of players. And these come from China?
They do, yes.
And what do they cost out of China?
The kit will cost £3.40.
And it's sold for £39.
Yes.
So what stops somebody, anybody, and says, right, that's £3 landed, and they want to disrupt the market at $19.95?
I would challenge that price alone does not disrupt this market. What disrupts it is both value and customer experience,
Right,
which is what we're offering.
But there's nothing proprietary here. You know that in the technology. So what is the defendable thing about the business? What is the unique value here?
So the unique value is in our customer service. As soon as you come to our website, we have a live chat with actual people on the other side, not chatbots. At the beginning of the year, we had a returning customer rate of 10%. And by generating that greater connection with our customers, we've managed to almost double that to 20%. And of our 32,000 customers, we've had over 7,000 that have come back and bought from us again.
Natalie believes her carefully calculated customer service strategy is key to her success so far. However, the den's recent convert to the gram, Peter Jones, now has a question about something on her website that he thinks is amiss.
I noticed that you've got smiletimeteeth.com,
Yes.
but you haven't got smiletime.com.
No.
Who's got smiletime.com?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I'm not.
Why didn't you get that? You're a lawyer. That's one of the first things you would do, is to protect your business.
At the outset, when I think we thought that it would be Smile Time Teeth, but then we just ended up coining it Smile Time. And then once we were generating sales, we can't really move over to a new domain.
Why can't you?
Because that would disrupt service.
But you should know that even if
We
that's
have-
not
we
the
have
case,
a
you at least buy the
redirect.
domain and you redirect it. But at least you've protected it. That's a big trigger for me that you haven't got that. So, on that basis, sadly, I'm out.
Natalie's so far perfect pitch loses some of its sparkle as Peter Jones thinks she's made a rookie error and becomes the first dragon out. Sarah Davies has already described the entrepreneur's efforts as outstanding. Is she prepared to put her money into the oral enterprise?
So I've been listening, and I appreciate you've got a fantastic strategy and you're creating consumer demand. And there's not very many businesses as a startup go on to achieve 1 million sales in their first full year of trading. However, because you're in such an astronomical market, my big worry is the floodgates will open and every man and his dog will be selling a version of this kit at half the price that you are.
Okay.
So I'm going to declare that I'm out.
Thank you.
Natalie, I'm just sitting here thinking, do you know, I'm just never going to invest in it. Simply because I'm just not interested in the cosmetic dental industry.
Okay.
So I might as well just tell you where I am, and that is out.
Deborah Meaden becomes the third dragon to give the business the brush off, leaving only the den's senior statesman and newest recruit able to bring a smile to Natalie's face with an offer.
I must say, what you've done in a year is amazing.
Thank you.
However, entry to market is very cheap. You could easily replicate it. But I think your biggest asset is you. And you can't replicate you. And that is the secret of this business. There's a lot I can do for this business.
I agree.
However, there's no way I'm going to get out of bed for 2%. That's ridiculous. So I'm going to give you all the money, but I want 25%.
Okay.
25%, wow.
Touker Suleiman spots a potential toothbrush tie-in and tables an offer. But in return for the £50,000 she's seeking, he wants more than 12 times the 2% of equity that's up for grabs. Is Stephen Bartlett ready to mix things up with a proposition of his own?
I was actually going to team up with Touker until he tried to steal your firstborn there. I like you, though.
Thank you.
But it's tough, 2%. Like, do you know what I mean?
Touker's offered 25%.
I know, right? Oh, God. Do you know what? I really think I can help. Specifically on the digital marketing piece, this is what I've done for the last decade. I'll make you an offer. I'm going to offer you all of the money, but I'm going to want 10%.
Okay. Can I go speak to the wall?
Sure.
Thank you.
2 offers for Natalie to consider. Touker Suleiman wants to sink his teeth into a 25% chunk of the company, while Stephen Bartlett is seeking a more financially favourable 10. But Natalie's only offering 2%. Will she agree to a dragon taking a much bigger bite out of her business?
Touker and Stephen, thank you for both your offers. I would love to work with both of you. Would you consider each having 10% and coming in together?
Wow.
Wow.
You've just got the same percentage for half the price.
I'll do it.
Done.
Thank you so much.
You
Thank
got
you
a
so
dream
much.
team.
See you. Bye.
Natalie departs the den with a double dragon deal, but leaves behind some raised eyebrows over her decision to hand over twice as much of her company than she needed to.
She had an offer for all of the money for 10%, and she came back and said, I want you both for 10% each.
So she obviously thinks Touker is worth a lot of money.
It feels really surreal, but yeah, it was great. Really good. Yeah, I don't know why I'm crying. I'm very happy.
When Romanian entrepreneurs Grigore Davidanu and Alexandru Rus entered the den, they hoped to tickle the taste buds of the dragons with their alternative take on a snacking staple, the crisp.
Just imagine a cheese toastie, the best part. The bits of cheese that melt out and become extremely crunchy. That is our product. Just 100% mature British cheddar baked to perfection.
As an advocate of a plant-based diet, Deborah Meaden was unable to chow down on the cheesy bakes.
I won't be able to taste them, but I will look at their faces.
Deborah, they are fabulous.
Cheese crisp porn going on to my right over here.
But Greg and Alex's brand name was less to Peter Jones's tastes.
Why'd you name your product after an airline? Instead of monarchs, why don't you just call them planets? Because they look like a planet.
There's a company in the States, they call them moon cheese, so I don't think it would be a good association.
Oh, I thought you'd really like that idea. I was thinking of investing then.
Yes, we love it.
With Peter Jones's comments being slightly out of this world, it was left to Sarah Davies to bring things back down to earth.
I have really, really enjoyed these. Absolutely next level.
Thanks.
But I'm just struggling to get past the fact that it's just a bit of melted cheese. I'm not convinced it's going to get me out of bed every morning feeling excited about it. And I think fundamentally, That's the problem. So it's not you, it's me. And I'll leave it on that note. I'm out.
Both edibles and entrepreneurs had made a great impression.
What pleasant people.
But when it came to the crunch, there were no offers of cash. Next up are Nick Johnson and Nick Graham, two entrepreneurs who share much more than the same first name.
Feeling good? Yeah. So we know each other from school, actually, and Nick and I used to play rugby together when we were 8 years old.
Yeah, people say never start businesses with your mates, and yeah, I actually kind of agree.
The two Nicks have a product which, though already well established across the pond, is yet to make a similarly big splash here in Britain.
Trends typically follow from the United States over to Europe. We really think there's a huge growth opportunity here in the UK, and we're right at the front of that wave.
Hi Dragons, I'm Nick Graham, and this is my old friend and business partner, Nick Johnson. We're here today to ask for £120,000 for a 10% stake in our premium alcoholic drinks business.
Dragons, I want to take you back to the summer of 2019, where Nick and myself visited Toronto in Canada. One beautiful evening, we visited this amazing park. Our friend suggested that we try these drinks. He said they were called a hard seltzer. We'd never heard of it. They were light, refreshing, fruity, alcoholic, and delicious. Nothing really was the same back in the UK. We wanted to take that idea back to the UK and make our own version. And we named it after that incredible park where we first tried the drinks, Berksey.
The result is 3 award-winning drinks. We're on track to record £260,000 worth of sales this year. We have international ambitions and plan to move into the US early next year. We'd absolutely love for you to try our drinks, and we'd really welcome any questions.
A new alcoholic drink category called hard seltzer is the trend on which Nick Johnson and Nick Graham are hoping to capitalise.
You'll find 3 flavours, lemon and lime, peach and raspberry, and passion fruit and turmeric.
They're asking for £120,000 in return for a 10% share in their business. Peter Jones has sampled the pair's products, so has the all-important taste test left him fizzing with enthusiasm.
Nick and Nick.
Yes, hi.
It's good, I can just say Nick and one of you's going to answer.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had the first one, which is the passion fruit and turmeric, and it tastes like an alcoholic Barocca.
Well, I think that's positive feedback.
This one, I might be slurring by the time I get to the third one. But this one, the peach and raspberry, yeah.
It's your favourite.
That's
my favourite.
Well, that's your best one.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It's
as well.
It's our best seller, actually.
Is it?
Yep.
Look, I think your products are really good. And I do think this sort of stuff will catch. There's no doubt about it.
No, it's good to hear.
Thank you.
What's the demographic profile of your current customers?
Typically, 60% of our customers are between the ages of 27 and 35 years old. 60% female skew.
I'm not a drinker of this drink, but one of my colleagues is, and she is in the exact demographic you've described.
Of course, yeah.
And she always goes for vodka, lime and soda.
Yes.
And that tastes like that.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. In vodka lime soda, we get asked that question a lot, and I think one of the main distinguishing features of vodka lime soda, you get the taste of the vodka. We use a completely neutral spirit.
See, that's really interesting, because that would be my thing about that.
Sure.
I can't taste the alcohol.
You can add a shot of gin if you like.
Yeah, not now. I think I'll evaluate the business before you give me an extra shot of gin. I think is a good idea. But what was the thinking about removing the taste of alcohol?
So that's actually kind of what defines the hard seltzer category. It's more about the light fruit flavourings than it is tasting that kind of, you know, the botanicals with a gin or the, you know, when you're trying a vodka, you just know it's a vodka. With hard seltzer, it's more about appreciating the fruit flavourings, basically.
Okay, thank you.
Nick and Nick's distinctive new addition to the alcoholic drinks category has raised interest as well as glasses in the den. Now, Touker Suleiman wants to get a flavour of the duo's numbers.
So let's just go back to the first year's figures. You're on target to turn over 260,000.
Yeah.
What would be your gross profit?
60 to 70,000 pounds.
Profit, if any?
There'll be a loss of around 200,000 pounds.
Whoa, okay. And when do you think you'll actually make a profit?
So in year 4, we do turn a profit, although we are spending very hard on the marketing side in our first 3 years. So we're turning negative net profits, and then in year 4, we're about £100,000 in net profit.
My immediate concern with this business is the fact that you've said, quite honestly, you're going to lose quite a large amount of cash.
Yeah.
I worry, because the growth that you're forecasting is tiny compared to the losses you're going to consume. I'm not sure you're going to have 2 to 3 years of building this to demonstrate this model is going to be successful. Products like this, when they enter the market, if you look at all of the main drinks companies, they watch people like yourselves and they follow whichever path that takes.
Of course.
If you're going to take 2 to 3 years of losing cash, that's a dangerous thing, because that's when your market can be swiftly taken away from you.
Unfortunately, we're in a bit of a difficult position with the market because we're reliant on the market of this product, which is hard seltzer, really taking off in the UK. So if it goes anything like the US, which is now a $4.1 billion market, the growth could be quite aggressive. All of the top 5 or 6 biggest distilleries, breweries, whatever you want to call them, have all launched their own hard seltzers here in the UK. They all have shelf space in all 4 of the major supermarkets.
But it's important to note, they're spending the money now to make the category huge, and we're hoping to kind of ride the wave at the top.
The two Nicks intend to remain in the slipstream of drinks industry giants before taking advantage of the growth and demand that those companies create. It's a strategy that's fraught with risk, and Sarah Davies wants to know if the pair have the credentials to pull it off.
Can I just understand a little bit more about your background and what's led to this point?
I've always been in retail, actually. Worked across Canada and the UK for a range of different retailers, for third-party logistics providers.
Have you ever considered being a Robbie Williams impersonator?
I wanted to ask that exact
we heard
question.
that earlier today.
Yeah.
From there up, you look like Robbie. Robbie's a friend of mine.
A far less good-looking version.
So, your logistics?
Sales and marketing. I never wanted to do logistics again, really.
Right, you're just from a logistics background?
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
More operations, finance side for me.
So you're the numbers guy. I was looking to find that out, and also which one was the sales guy.
Yes.
And actually, a bit disappointingly, I was looking to find out which was the drinks guy. I mean, I've invested in drinks businesses before in the Den, but it's always been some sort of credibility in the industry.
Sure.
They've been there and done that, and now they're going there and doing that themselves, and I'm just backing them in an area they've already had success.
I think it's worth noting we're currently using a consultant who was the ex-CEO of Carlsberg in the US, actually sold the business over there, and he's helping us out and mentoring us. So we definitely...
That's useful information to throw in there. It's it's those sort of things that will alleviate that niggle I've got.
The two Nicks believe they can tap into a source of expertise capable of transforming their drink startup into probably the best hard seltzer company in the world. Will Stephen Bartlett buy into the duo's vision for the future of alcoholic sparkling water?
So this is really interesting for me because my brain's been a bit frazzled, because here we have a product which I think is great. And when I asked about the target demographic, great answer. That's exactly what I was expecting. But then I look back at the brand and it also matches the target demographic. So it's all there. Then I look down at my piece of paper and I look at what you're asking for. You're asking for 120 grand. And it's like a balance. 120K is a lot of money. The chance that I'll get that back in the next 10 years, with a healthy multiple on it, is probably quite unlikely. And for me, the risk level here is just out of my reach. So I'm going to say that I wish you the very best, but I'm out. And I feel like I might regret that.
Nick and Nick have lost their first dragon as risk outweighs reward for a rueful Stephen Bartlett. Peter Jones appears to have enjoyed the pair's tipple, but will he demonstrate a similar thirst to invest in their company?
I like the product, as you can see, because I've got empty glasses here. And I want to say where I am whilst I can still speak.
Of course.
I think the strategy of your burn isn't right. I go back to what I said, which was your forecast. That's not traction. You can't afford to do 260k worth of sales. You have to be 2 million of sales.
Yeah, sure.
And then when you add to that, I think it does come back to experience of rolling this type of business model out. You need somebody on your team that's done this and been there and got the T-shirt, because the speed at which you get this out there is actually critical. Otherwise, you are going to lose money slowly. And I think that's not something as an investor I wanted to go on that journey with you. So I'm going to say that I'm out.
Okay, thank you.
The product is wonderful.
Okay.
Really enjoyed it.
Thank you very much.
You guys are two great producers in the sense that you're creating a movie, you've got the script, can you execute it? That's my concern. Because if you can't raise money in the next round, you're finished. Because you're going to burn enough money, you know? And unfortunately, I don't like to be in businesses that burn money unless there's a real big reward at the end. And I can't see no big reward at the end of this one. So, for that reason, I'm out.
Thanks anyway.
I am not keen on a strategy that says me too, because you've got the big players who I completely understand, hopefully are going to kind of forge their way into that market, but it means that to get yourself heard, you're going to have to spend a lot of money. And if you get it wrong, you kind of state yourself as the me too, and that's the only place people ever see you. And it just leaves me feeling, I don't know, and I can't invest thinking I don't know. So I'm really sorry, guys. I can't invest. I'm out.
Treble trouble for the two Nicks as Touker Suleiman, Peter Jones and Deborah Meaden all declare time on the deal. Only Sarah Davies now remains. Have the pair done enough to alleviate her earlier concerns regarding their lack of drinks industry expertise?
So guys, on the product front, you have credibly explained to me today in a convincing way that I think this is going to be the next big thing. Huge tick. The bit that's not getting the tick from me, you haven't lived in that industry and experienced the ups and downs of that industry. Neither have I. So, you know, I don't know if I'm the right investor for you, because it's not like I'd be the fourth spoke in the wheel able to bring that. And it's massively concerning me, guys, that that is not a level of expertise in your wheelhouse. So I can't invest today. I'm out.
Thank you.
Good luck, though. Thanks for
Good
coming
luck.
in.
Thank you.
Sadly for Nick and Nick, they must head back down to the ground floor with nothing. But despite failing to shake any cash out of the Dragons, their drinks business has stirred up that rarest of sentiments in the den, that this might just be the one that got away.
Farewell. Next time.
From the moment I went out then, I sat there and thought, oh, I think I might regret this.
We do think today has been a bit of a missed opportunity for the Dragons, but hopefully we'll be one of those brands that in a few years they're all looking at us and saying, oh, what could have been.
Next to face the Dragons, a business duo, Pasquale Pio Totaro and Nathan Webb. They're hoping to start a cultural revolution by bringing the art of making music to the masses.
Oi, hi. We can do this. Make it playful. It's fun. It's fun.
Let's have fun.
Yeah.
Let's have fun.
We're both absolutely passionate about music.
We understood that the act of making music, only a few people can do it. So we were like, how can we make this something that everybody can do?
I think it's some sort of ball.
Musical balls.
Yeah.
The musical mutineers have a clear idea of who they'd like to assist them on their quest.
Peter Jones, we see that he has experience with distribution of other products everywhere in the world. everybody can do.
And our first product is oddball that kind of looks like a regular ball, right? But the cool thing about oddball is that when you bounce it, it makes music. So if I've got cymbals loaded, for instance, if I just play it a little bit, you can hear that I can really control the intensity of how hard I hit that. And say, for instance, if I can use melodic instruments, I can control the note as well, which we think is pretty cool.
That is cool. Oh, sorry, poker face, poker face.
We actually have a video of one of our favorite users that is really good with it.
Yeah.
So we started this adventure with a crowdfunding campaign. We raised £220,000. Once the product was ready, we started selling it to our e-commerce store. And since then, we generated an additional £350,000 in revenue.
What we'd like to do now is invite a couple of you guys up to have a play with oddball, and we'd love to see how you have a play, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Pasquale Pio Totaro and Nathan Webb are hoping to gain investment with their novel approach to making music.
So let's play the track and get you going.
They're asking for £100,000 in exchange for 4% of their business.
That's pretty good.
Their claim that their product makes making music easy has been substantiated by the Dragons demonstration.
Oh, yeah.
But it seems to be more fun for the participators than the spectators.
Oh, here, man! Sit down! Let's crack on!
Oh, he wins! He wins!
Oh, very good.
With a bit more practice, Peter Jones and Stephen Bartlett might make modern-day Mozarts. But for now, they make way for Touker Suleiman, who wants to explore the origins of the innovative instrument.
Great pitch. And really, I want to go back to your journey of how you came about it, who's the brains behind it.
So we both met at the Royal College of Art,
right,
where we were studying product design together. So this actually started off as a college project, and it's kind of steamrolled from there.
So, as it stands now,
right,
have you got an IP?
Yes. So right now we've got accepted patents in Italy and the US.
Wow. And what is it retail for?
£89.
And you've sold £350,000 worth?
It's in the last 7 months.
So how many are you selling each month at the moment?
To know if the product will get down with the kids.
There was a word you said twice when you started your pitch, which was the word cool. And I've seen so many products in my career that fit into the cool category, but don't also fit into the commercial opportunity category at the same time. And you can see something, it can be cool, but then it can be a gimmick and a fad, and it can fizzle out.
Right.
Yep.
How does this become a business with longevity?
It's an interesting question. So the thing about oddball is it's much more than just a musical device. We really see it as innovating the way that normal people consume music. So right now you can sort of either really listen to music or you can be a pro musician. There's no in-between ground, and we find that kind of ground really the place that we want to fill. And we think that this could really actually be a cultural movement.
And what's your marketing strategy? How are people discovering it for the first time?
Mainly, I think, through digital marketing.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Facebook, TikTok.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense for TikTok specifically because it's visually compelling. That will drive organic sales of people just through curiosity. And we were all curious when we saw it. We were really excited to see your video, which I thought wasn't very good, actually. Thank God me and Peter stepped up and did what we did, because honestly...
Peter nailed it, I have to say.
Even your app was like 5 out of 10. For such a cool visual product, it was really quite ugly and dated.
We're very aware of that. We're constantly evolving the app, and we are going to give the UI a bit of a spring clean and and sort of make it more fun.
The entrepreneurs acknowledge that they need to retune their tech. Now Deborah Meaden wants to learn more about the duo and their dynamic.
What do you like to work with, you two guys? What would you say about him?
Go on. No, I think he's very, very good on detail. He's not only a details man, though, he can also think creatively.
What's rubbish about him?
He's a pain in the arse.
I am a pain in the ass. I am a pain in the ass.
What's rubbish about him?
He wants to say it, he just can't get it out. He just, oh, now's your moment, come on.
I would say, if I can
Yeah, you say, why don't you say
I can
it?
say
and
that
I'll agree with
I'm
you.
just very direct when I have to give...
Yeah, OK, that was what I was going to say.
What's bad about that?
It works,
Yeah.
it works.
And same thing?
I think when you're looking at how things communicate to an audience, he's really good at it. In terms of like the negative thing, let me think about it for a second.
No, so there is a reason I ask, because at the end of the day, this will stand or fail.
Empty room, filled it up, talk is cheap, listen up. I don't know where we went wrong, but I feel I'm shaking these walls, yeah. Nothing safe, gotta take cover. Still of love, we just make glitter. Running and running, yeah, we got off track. Now we under attack.
There's a singular, though, at least, doesn't it?
Say it.
No, we moved on.
Guys, I'll tell you where I'm at.
Yeah, sorry.
I think you two have presented exceptionally well. I think it's a great product. Honestly, I can't really fault you. So I'm sat here thinking, well, I should want to make an offer then, shouldn't I?
All right.
And I think that the only thing that's stopping us is it's just not my cup of tea. So I'm going to say that I'm out, but I'm really excited to take this home and try it.
The musical balls fail to bounce with Sarah Davis, and she decides to step away from the investment opportunity. And it appears that Peter Jones, the second half of the entrepreneur's preferred Dragons double act, is also struggling with the idea.
With this, I have to go with my instinct. And it's really weird because there's a connected parts of me. I wrote down the people we're currently working with and the level of influence of where this could go. You know, and it does help having a contact with the head of Universal. It does help having a very good contact with the head of Amazon. But then I'm just sitting and really struggling with it.
Indecisive, very indecisive.
Yeah, honestly, it's a real tough one.
All right.
It's tough.
How much did you come in asking for? I didn't write it down. I was
4%.
4%. Ugh, yuck. Because this could well just be a Facebook ad business. And I genuinely deeply believe that the thing that makes it transition from being just something cool people see on Facebook to being something that is part of culture, I think that's a really difficult, but possible, but very difficult thing to do. Requires a certain...
So I'm really sorry, I'm going to say that I'm out.
A huge blow for Nathan and Pasquale as both of their favoured dragons drop out of the deal. But is Deborah Meaden marching to the beat of a different drum?
Okay, guys, I kind of blew my cover a bit at the beginning when I got all excited and said that's really cool. We're halfway through your pitch. I love it for lots of reasons. Everybody has music in them. They might not know it, but everybody has music in them, you know. And I think the route that you take next is going to turn this either into a fad that people buy use a couple of times, put in a box and think, well, that didn't catch on. Or it's going to have credibility, and I think it's the credibility piece that you really have to tread a careful line on. But I am going to make you an offer. So I'm going to offer you all of the money. I want 10% of the business, or I'm happy to share.
OK, thank you. Thanks for the offer.
Deborah Meaden makes a play for the business to the tune of 10%, but she's also happy to share the spoils. As the only other dragon not yet out, will Touker Suleiman be up for a collaboration?
You have a very good offer from Deborah. And I know if I made you an offer, I'm going to want more than 10%. So I would give you half the money for 7.5%.
Do you want to go talk to the wall?
Yeah, I mean, I think we need... All right. Yeah, this... Okay. You want to deliver that? Yeah, all right. Okay, all right.
Okay. So what we were talking about is that we are willing to put out 7%, and we are also open to the option of two of you sharing.
7%?
Yeah.
Not me.
Not me.
Okay.
Not me. I think you've got quite a job to do.
That's good. What can we say? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, thanks a lot for your offers anyway.
Okay.
Okay.
You've made a mistake, guys, but hey, good luck.
Thank you, goodbye. See ya.
The curtains come down on Pasquale and Nathan's pitch as they refuse the Dragon's terms of investment and leave the den with nothing.
Oh, well, plan B.
I'm totally shocked. I thought that was an unbelievably good offer.
I think that we did the right decision to walk away from the 10% offer.
That counter-offer was our top line, and I think that had we kept eroding that top line, we probably wouldn't have necessarily been happy with what we would have come out with. So you win some, you lose some.
I hope they don't live to regret, though, because 10%, 7%,
Yeah.
that could be the difference between success and failure.
Success and failure, yeah.
Hey.
So Pasquale and Nathan stand their ground and refuse to cave to the pressures of the den. Will they come to regret their decision? But with investments in escape room and dental cosmetic businesses, at least not all of tonight's entrepreneurs have left empty-handed. Next time on Dragon's Den.
What do you know about business?
I built a £300 million business at 28 years old.
Wow.
Stop it.
This sounds like a biscuit tin with no biscuits in it.
You're gonna lose the money.
Okay.
Do you ever feel like toilet paper doesn't clean you up all the way?
You've got a great way with words.
I want to make you guys proud.
A lot to look forward to, including Jamaica back in the bobsled, the Winter Olympics opening ceremony live tomorrow from 11:30. Next, a video game task forces our teams to level up, but who will it be game over for? The Apprentice continues in just a moment.